Hey guys, Tyler here, and thanks for checking out this video. And in this video, we are going to be talking about essences, both a good build that I will be running in Raid and Mythic Plus for single target, as well as multi-target pulls and fights. And I will also be talking about a trinket that I was not using right, and maybe you aren't either. So, let's get
Mr.
started.
Eggplant presents.
Like I said, thanks for checking out the video, guys, and we are just going to start here with the single target build. And as you can see here, I got it to neck level 65. Maybe not everybody's there, but this will be a good video for you to like whenever you do get to that point. So this will be the single target build so far. I will be running with Condensed Life Force. It's the one you get out of Raid, and you want to be running with rank 3s if possible, because they are just so superior to the rank 2s and rank 1s. So the Condensed Life Force is a really good cooldown, particularly if you can get it out 3 times in a fight. So like Ashara would be a really good fight to be running this with, just because you can pop it at the beginning, you can pop it somewhere in the middle, and then you can pop it again towards the end of the fight when you're doing the most damage. And it's a really good on fights like when you're trying to get through the Dark Pulse on Zakul to hold it. That way, because as you can read there, each time the Guardian attacks, you gain 2% haste, so you get 10% haste about it, and then you also get the minor there, which increases the damage you do, as well as do a nice bit of damage whenever it does proc, and it does proc fairly often. Obviously, I've got all my perseverances up here, except for the last one at 67. But this is the one that's like a mainstay, Vision of Perfection, just because it lowers the cooldown by X% of your true shot, which is what our build is built around. And right now it's giving me 19.5% lowered cooldown. That is, as your neck level increases and as the item level increases, that cooldown also increases. And since I have rank 3, it also just gives me a flat 91 versatility, which will go up as it levels as well. And then the last one is going to be Crucible of Flame. This was the one I was running in my major, just because I really like it. But the Ancient Flame was actually doing almost more than the ability with the major itself, the one where you get the several casts of it, or the several charge system of the ability. And the Ancient Flame can stack up to 3 times, so if it's halfway through its cast and then it stacks a dot, it'll now be doing it for the full duration again of 10 seconds, but doing double damage, and it can triple damage with up to a 3 stack, and it does that quite often. So this will be what I'm running for a single target. I'll be doing this for almost all of Raid. And then let's go ahead and pop over here real fast so I can switch my talents. And then for Mythic Plus, I will be running with the Essence of the Focusing Iris for about 90% of the weeks, just because it is really nice. It gives you that large burst damage that you can throw on any major targets. Just make sure, like on bolstering, you don't want to bolster adds unnecessarily. So that's just kind of, I would use it early on packs, not later. That way you can kind of get their health down evenly. But the other good addition to this one is the minor power. So it just gives you a stacking amount of haste. 36 for 4 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. And then you just want to continue to just stay on one target and cleave off of one target, which is what we do as a marksman hunter. Especially if you're running double tap, rapid fire, even if you're not running the same build as me, you want to cleave off of one target and then just spray on everything. As for our miners, they don't change that much. And I will say this though, World Vein Resonance is really good if you have 5 people running it. It is one of the best, especially in Mythic Plus, if you are running with it with 5 people. If you're not, it's not worth it at all. So definitely talk with your group about that, just because it is kind of important. That way you're not gimping yourself, or you could be doing more damage. And then the last thing I was telling you guys about was a trinket. So I have 428 item level. I've been running with a pocket size computation device and been doing really well with it. But I was actually wanting to talk about the Ashvane's Razor Coral. I haven't been running it in Raid lately. I've been trying out new trinkets, seeing what's going to help my damage. But this is the big deal, because as you can see, you use it, puts the stack on it, then you rip the stacks out. That's how the trinket works. The problem is, as a marksman hunter, especially with somebody with a 49-yard range, you can outrange this ability. You can outrange adding stacks. So like I was on progression on Zakul a couple of weeks ago on Heroic, and I was actually outranging him to where it was not putting any stacks on it. I was staying a comfortable distance away, that way I didn't have to dodge anything. I could just spray on everything. and then I realized it was not putting stacks on there. So if you guys are running with Ashvane's Razor Coral, definitely make sure it's stacking up properly, because I was only getting like 4, 5, 6 stacks when I should be getting 12s to 14s. It was a big difference, and it definitely adversely affected my DPS. So I know this was rather quick, but it's pretty self-explanatory for the build. I will be running with both of these, and I will provide damage from last week to this week in the comments or in the description of this video, just to show you guys that having another miner will increase our damage, and it'll be a pretty nice increase. So thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing to me here on YouTube and on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant. All my streams will be over there on Twitch, and then I will upload them to YouTube. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until my next live streaming video, I'll see you later. Thanks, guys.